Okay, so in this first lab, what I would like to do is actually talk about the three different softwares and kind of give you some exposure to those. So what we want to do is first I'm gonna close these out, right? I'm gonna close them out and actually show you the whole principle behind where they're at. Okay, so just to kind of get to a fundamental breakdown. When it comes to older versions or legacy versions of Rockwell software, you have Rockwell software itself that is RSLogix 5000. Well, with RSLogix 5000, that's the older legacy versions, which is versions 20 through, and I'll tell you what, let's just make a notepad of this. I'll make another notepad and kind of show you. So when it comes to RSLogix, it's critical to know that the versions that are part of this, that the versions that are part of RSLogix 5000 are versions 20 and below. Okay, so then when you get to the point where Studio 5000 pops up, our Studio 5000 is the programming environment is versions 21 and above. So what they do, so if we want to talk about these versions right quick, what Rockwell's done, so Rockwell Automation, right? What they've done is when they made the studio environment and they've made everything the Studio 5000 controls and stuff like that, when they made the software, they included the ability to have all the legacy stuff with it. So they gave you the on the install, like when you're installing the software, you have the option to install RSLogix 5000. So when you install Studio 5000, right? Then you have the option to install RSLogix 5000, which is, in my opinion, highly recommended, right? Because you never know when you're going to have to program with RSLogix 5000. Now, what the difference is of the two softwares, you're really, once we get into actually programming with them, you're probably not going to notice the difference at all. There are some differences. So what we're going to be doing is actually talking about the differences. So we want to be talking, about the differences right quick in RSLogix 5000 and Studio 5000. So the reason I like to use this notepad is because it kind of breaks it down and kind of lays it out as I'm saying it. Because a lot of times, if you're like me, when you hear something, you hear it and you may interpret it or whatever. But if you don't, you have to watch the video 2 or 3 times. Now, if you read it or if you experience it as you're actually going through it, as you're hearing it, then you get to actually understand it, and it kind of sinks into your memory a lot better. So I'm gonna actually go through the whole training series and do elements like this because it actually gives you a better understanding. So with that said, and let's get back to what we were talking about. With that said, when you install Studio 5000, you're going to get this right here. You're going to get the RSLogix software, the Rockwell software right here. Your Studio is going to be above everything because it basically houses everything together. What they've done is they put Factory Talk in Factory Talk Studio, which is their HMI environment. They put that into Studio, so you have, when you open Studio, you actually have the ability to open a control Logix environment, or you have the ability to go to the HMI environment. Whereof in the older software, which is RSLogix 5000, I'll go ahead and open this software right now so I can show you everything you get. So when you open it, it looks just like this, and I have in this version, or in my series of versions I have 20 all the way down from 20 to version 10. So I have the ability to look at a lot of the older legacy stuff, maybe some stuff that's probably close to 10 years old now. And I do recommend that you do that, because you don't know what kind of environment you're going to be working in. And when it comes to having the right software or working with something, you never know exactly what you're going to be working in. So, as far as that goes, when you get out in the field, and maybe you are out in the field right now, I have no idea, but you definitely want to have that kind of software. So this is what it looks like when you open up a dry version of RSLogix 5000. You can see it at this point. You can basically open a file. You can see all your old files. These are old training stuff that I've done for my YouTube channel. Again, I do a lot of free videos on my YouTube channel, and I also have a Patreon that I make videos for. But not to talk too much about that, I just wanted to show you it does actually house your basically all your older video or your older software. You basically your older programs and stuff. So with that goes, here you can open up a new one. You can open one up, like if you had an existing one you can open up. You can open that up depending upon where you have it pointed to. You can make a new file. When it comes to that, we can go through it and make a new file. So before we do that though, let's stop this and let's actually open up and see what Studio looks like. Okay, so when we go to our start menu, and we're going to go to all programs, we're going to go to Rockwell software, we're going to go to Studio 5000, it's going to pop up like this. So similar to what you just saw on the right hand or left hand corner, you're going to have your existing programs, your sample programs, your uploads. You can create, you can import, you can do everything. And down here, you're going to have recent projects. You can see everything that I've done. And this right here is again, that other course that I have on Udemy. I have 2 other courses, that Servo Motion Mastery. These are files that I did on that you can actually see, that are currently in my recent projects. So again, I just want to kind of highlight the recent projects. Everything you've worked on before, it kind of gives you a quick representation of all the stuff that you currently have worked on. So you don't always have to find stuff, but what you can do is you can open up a new one, right? So if you open up a new one in 5000 RSLogix 5000 like we just did over here, and now we're going to open up a new one in Studio 5000. Okay, so you have the ability to choose a factory taught view project or project file. This is an open, existing. In the new one, what we're going to do is we're going to click New. We have the option to have a factory taught view, which is going to be the HMI side of things. And then we have the option to do the Logix side of things. This is what this course is going to be going over, is the Logix side of things. So we want to learn how to program PLCs. We don't want to learn how to program HMIs, right? So this gives you a full option to do whatever you wanted to. If you wanted to click an emulator down here, you can click an emulator. You can click the processor that you currently are using. If you want, say for instance you had an L1756 L73 processor, which we do have, you can go ahead and select it and then give it a name, and then after you name it, you can actually start the program and open it up. So what we're going to do on the very next video, and now that I've introduced the 2 softwares, is we're going to actually go ahead and open up and start a new program in each one of these. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start up everything in the emulate. This is an emulator chassis. So to introduce that to, and we'll go through as we start these and we start emulating. I'll show you the emulator itself. To actually start the emulator though, just so we're clear on how to do that, it does take a minute to shut down once you shut it down, because it shuts down if you have many processors in there, like you've added a bunch of emulators. It has to shut down each one of those before you stop. But if you come up here to all programs and then open those up, then you come to Rockwell software again. You're going to get pretty familiar with going to that path. Then you want to come down here, and if you've installed the Studio 5000 Logix emulator, then you want to come down here and open it up. Okay, so we'll also at this point, this will open up the emulator, and so that will actually show you that the emulator is actually running now. This emulator is version 28, so this will be everything that we're emulating will be version 28. Or we can actually go to, I have another PC that I can go to, which is, this would be a virtual system. Both of my virtual systems. This one is strictly this virtual right here is strictly going to be RSLogix 5000. It does not have Studio. So I want to show you two different environments, two different things. So I basically wanted to introduce the fact that if you have one option of having all the software you want on your PC, which is obviously Studio, then you can get everything from version, from the highest version they have right now, which I believe is version 30 or 32. You can get that all the way down to version 10, but then understand that when you're going down to RSLogix 5000, that when you change names like that, that's when you change versions from version 20 to version whatever version you're using, but it's version 20 and below. Just keep that in mind. So it's always version 20 and below if it's RSLogix 5000. If it is Studio 5000, it is version 21 and above. So just make sure you get that kind of understanding. And again, we'll go through all this stuff throughout this training and throughout this course. So but without dragging this video on too much longer, what we'll do is we'll come back on the next two videos, and the first one will be making a project on RSLogix 5000, and the second one would be making a project on Studio 5000. So again, we'll go through that, and then we'll kind of keep carrying on with the the training and the training course. So again, thank you for being part of this training course, and we'll keep going from here. All right.